anybody raised that voice. But now looking back in the afterlight of history, we know it was most un-Christian-like behavior which they pursued in the name of Christianity. So a behavior, a conduct pattern of a people who belong to a religion is not an authentic representation of that religion. For that you must go to the sources of the religion, and particularly the understanding of that religion by the founder prophet of that religion. So anything which stands contradictory to the conduct of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, cannot be taken as Christian, however much the Christians follow a certain pattern. So also is the case with the Muslims. At different stages of history they have been behaving differently. In different contexts they have been behaving differently. But to understand Islam, let's return to the origin, to its nascent period, when the Holy Prophet brought the message and showed the example of how it should be acted upon. There is no question, no semblance of the fundamentalism which you see today. So I believe that it is not just the fault of the Muslims alone who unfortunately exploit Islam for the sake of political ends in their own countries and in their relation to certain other countries. Because this message is picked up by the West and further distorted and used as a means of scaring the West against Islam. While there are wise people among them who know the history, who know the realities of things, who know that there is no danger possible from the world of Islam to the world of Christianity. Because, number one, there is neither a world of Islam nor a world of Christianity. What you found practiced there or here is neither Islam nor Christianity. So it is a misnomer to call these things and the counters as religious entities. There is no such thing. Islam as practiced at the time of Hazrat Muhammad ﷺ in its moral concept is so different from the Islam practiced today among the Muslim countries that you can talk of antipodes being similar, but you can't find any similarity between the practices of today and the practices of the 1400 years ago. Christianity as practiced in the Western world has no bearing to the Christianity practiced by Jesus Christ and his disciples. So let's remove this misnomer and distortion of things and see the reality what it is. The danger to Islam or the world of Islam from the Muslims is a confined danger which sometimes spills out to the non-Islamic world. But the real danger the Muslims face is from the Muslims themselves. The real danger that Islam confronts is from Islam, its misrepresented Islam itself. So what is the holy war? When did they fight a holy war against England or France or Germany or America? Show me one instance in the recent history of, let's say, a few hundred years ago. Nothing happened. But you see, war between Iraq and Iran, the atrocious war with the loss of millions of lives on either side, on both sides. And this war of attrition you witness in Afghanistan, all in the name of Islam. Who suffers? The Muslims themselves, the image of Islam. And that distorted, injured image is resurrected by the Western media to pose a sense or awareness of danger among the Western people that these are our adversaries. We can't sleep in peace until we do something about them. While this is the time for you to sleep in peace. They're involved with each other. They fight each other in the name of the sacred name of Islam. What are they doing to you? They are only helping you economically by selling their oil to the Western countries in exchange for deadly weapons to be used against themselves. You see, all the Western media reporting is so exaggerated and so unrelated to realities that when the heat of the moment is over, then you begin to see and laugh at your own reactions. You know, I'm quite sure you couldn't have forgotten the extra long cannon of Iraq. You know, day in and day out you saw on television the scenes of that cannon which never ended, you know, started from here and there, and how it was put together, and how long it can shoot. And the West as if was trembling under the threat of that cannon. The biggest joke of the modern history. What that cannon meant against the modern weapons, against rocketry. And the atom bomb, which was never invented, was already christened, because it was the Christians who gave that name, as Muslim bomb, Muslim atomic bomb. Yet it was not born. And what about the Russian arsenal of atomic weapons? Were they ever referred to as atheist bombs? What about the atomic bombs of Israel? Were they ever referred to as Jewish bombs? And what about the atom bombs of England and America and all the Christian world? No one calls them a Christian bomb. So I admit our own fault. What's happening on the soil of Muslims is very misleading, unfortunately. But you pick it up in the West and create a havoc which does not exist. And this is how a distance is kept between the world of Islam and world of Christianity. This is suicidal, I believe. All efforts should be made to bring them together, to remove misunderstandings, because history is an ongoing process. All is not done and finished. Times may change. Russia may rise as a threat once again, or Europe may get divided once again in a different form. Not that Germany would have to conquer the entire Europe before it thinks of invading the rest of the world, but already Europe is divided, is put together, united, and the leadership of Germany is emerging without any question. So politics is a liquid thing. History is an ongoing process. And a time may come when you would need the help of the Muslims and cooperation of the Muslims for the sake of peace, for the sake of the world. So it's high time you revised your policies, your attitude, and the role of your media in creating false images about the realities of the world. And then, of course, I condemn fundamentalism, but not because it is fundamentalism. It's one of the misnomers so often applied in the modern times. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hazur, next questioner is Sheila from Birmingham. Sheila.
Hello. I'm Sheila from Birmingham. I'm a Christian brought up in the Church of England faith. As a little girl, I always believed